Right, more questions regarding webcamming. I've got a lot of questions in from people who bought the course, so I'm going to answer them here. Hopefully this can help with some of you. Question 1. Girls, clearly the most important factor since no edits, so guys, sorry, my brain's off today. Girls, clearly, because she's going to be in the spotlight, she's the most important thing. What are you looking for in her personality besides the things you've already mentioned? Is there any other plus points that make her a good cam girl? Like not having much money herself, open to being with girls, likes male attention, etc. Okay, not having much money herself is absolutely beneficial. If a girl has really rich parents, why is she going to risk getting found out doing webcam? I have had girls who have rich parents do it. I've pulled it off, but I'm the master of the PhD. In general, you want a girl who does need money. That absolutely does help. But you don't want her so money hungry that she ain't going to give you your cut. So it really has to be, I can't stress enough how much it has to be. We're a team. We're going to do this together. Teamwork. We're going to change our lives. Don't worry. I know what to do. Just trust me. It's got to be, it's not about money. It's not about anything else but this teamwork. We're going to do this together vibe. That's super important if you want to have the business in the long term, especially when she starts to make big money. When she starts to make big money, she's going to start getting greedy. So you have to be like, no, we started this together. We finished together, blah, blah, blah. The most important thing for a girl on camp is she has to be happy. Happy, positive girls get tokens. They get tips. Miserable girls, no matter how pretty they are, do not get paid. I've had 10 out of 10s, and when I say 10, it's an actual 10. Your 10 is my 5. I'm talking about 10. But if they're miserable, they don't make any money. All these guys on these cam websites already have a miserable wife at home. They don't want to see a miserable bitch. They want to see a happy, positive, smiling, energetic girl. That's super important. So if the girl's acting miserable, you may as well just take her off. She's got to be happy. She's got to be a positive person. She's got to be motivated. She's got to want to work. Pimp. Positively inspirational and motivating person. Positive vibes. Happy energy. Red Bull, some wine, whatever. Happy, happy, happy. Super important. A 6 out of 10 who's happy will make more money than a 10 out of 10 who's miserable. Literally, ugly, happy girls are worth more than miserable, hot girls. That's how important happy is. I can't stress that enough. When do you drop the bomb on her? As I take it, you have to be fucking her for a while in order to grow the relationship with her. How fast can you float this idea? Very good question. First things first, and I'll stress this. Never pitch a girl to do webcam until after you fucked her. Never. I've tried it 100 times. I've got lazy. I've been on a date with a girl. She's clearly a hoe. She's done cam before. Like, it ticks every box. And I'm like, and before I fucked her, I pitched cam. And they never do it. Oh, no, I don't do that anymore. No, you think I'm this. No, you think I'm that. No, they pretend they're offended, even though they're not, to try and prove to you that they're some kind of good girl. It's bullshit. Fuck them first. Do not ever ask a girl to work for you until after you fucked her. After you fucked her, I wouldn't say no once because you just got to pass the test. Fuck her, do the test, let her pass the test, fuck her 2 or 3 more times. I'd say maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks after that, say I'm thinking of starting this business. Just say, look, I'm thinking, don't even ask her to work. You can just be, look, I'm thinking of starting this business as a webcam business. I've been looking a lot into it. I know some people making a lot of money. This is webcam, thinking of doing this. She goes, well, I'll never do that. Say, I didn't ask you to. I didn't ask you to do it, but I'm going to find girls who will if you don't want to do it. Or we can start it together. And then she'll say, what do you mean start together? I was like, well, I'm going to need a manager. I'm going to need a female manager. And then she'll get happy thinking she's to be manager. You'd be like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. I say, okay, well, you can't manage something unless you've tried it first. You're going to have to work on cam for a couple months, learn it inside out so that when other girls go on cam, you know the business. So we're going to start it together, you and me. You're going to work on cam. I'm going to manage everything. And then after a few months, you can go up to manager and I'll get some new girls. Just say that shit and keep her on cam forever. Once she starts, she ain't going to stop. Promise a dream. Sell a dream. It's your job. Yeah, we're going to be millionaires. Yeah, you're going to be the manager. Yeah, whatever. Log the fuck on. Right. She'll almost move because she'll be working from my place. Will I have to move decorations every time another girl comes over? Yeah, I mean, if she's going to be at your place all the time, she's going to be effectively living there. I mean, she's going to be doing long hours. If you want maximum money, the girl's been doing 6 or 7 hours a day. She can come and go home, but it's better if she's living in your house. It's a better vibe. You know, fuck her afterwards, sit, chill, talk about how good she did. Girls need positive. You got to be a positive guy. You can't yell at them or anything. After work, especially if it's been a quiet day, it's been a slow day, she hasn't made that much money. You gotta be like, no, you did good. Today there's a big football game on. Make up some bullshit reason why she didn't get paid. Get her self-esteem back up. Make her happy again so she wants to go again the next day. So yeah, she can be practically living with you. But when you're saying about other girls, don't worry about starting with lots of girls. I started my business with one girl. I had one girl for the first 5 months. You want one girl online making money. That's worth more than 10 girls saying they're going to log on, or saying they're going to work, or promising they're going to work, and none of them actually working. Don't get too big for your boots. One girl and you. That's it. Because you don't want to build this business too big anyway. If you're thinking in your head, I'm going to get 20 girls, you're thinking of it wrong. You don't need an army. You need special forces. You need like a small team of elite soldiers. You don't need a whole bunch of average ass hoes, because then you have to deal with all the average hoes, deal with the problems, house them all, more equipment, more bandwidth. It's bullshit. One good girl can make the same as 30 or 40 average girls. So you're better off getting a girl and putting all your energy into training her up. So don't worry about other girls. Get one girl, start with one girl, get that one girl making money. When you come to me and say, okay, my girl's making $500 a day, by me and her, she's making $500 a day, now I want to start a new girl. Then email me about girls and I'll tell you how to do it. But don't worry about any of that. For now, you need one chick. One. Start getting $500 a day coming in. Every day, every day. Every day she logs in, she's making $400 or $500 a day. Every day, every day. Then you're making $2,500, $3,000 a week. Then after that, you can worry about new girls. For now, you need one chick. I started with one. And when I had one, then I got to two. And then I got three. And then I got when I had six, when I was making my best money, I had 6 girls, all very good, all with lots of customers, all making good money. Then I got crazy and greedy and tried to grow it too big and started offering more percentages and more management structure and bigger premises. And I had 75 fucking girls and I was turning over crazy money. But by the time I paid all that shit out and all the stress I went through, it wasn't worth it. Better off just having a few good girls. Trust me. You're not looking for a whole bunch. You guys out there need to be thinking maximum 2 to 3 girls. 2 to 3 girlfriends, each making you $500, maybe up to $1,000 a day. $3,000 a day ain't a fucking joke. Serious money. Right. How do you introduce a second girl in the hierarchy issues? Yes, there are hierarchy issues with the second girl, and it's a complicated process, and I'll tell you how to do it. But I'll tell you how to do it when the time comes. I'll Skype you. Anyone who's bought this course, you get free Skype with me. When you have a girl online and your girl's already making money, I'll Skype you and tell you how to deal with the second girl. Because it's going to be individual, one by one. Like if your first girl is a girl who's only come with you for work, it's going to be different than if it's a girl you've been with for years before you proposed webcam to her. So it's going to be a unique situation per thing. So I'm going to Skype each one of you that get to this stage. So don't worry about. For now, you need to worry about one girl online. That's it. Don't worry about second girls for now. One girl online. Promotions. Do you promote your channel? And if yes, how? So on Chaturbate, the room count is dictated by how many people are in the room. So you need to build the room up to get guys in there. This is why being happy is so important. So if you put a girl on camera and she sits there, no one's going to come in the room. If she starts jumping on the bed, puts some music on, dancing in heels, I don't know, drinking some wine, popping balloons, dumb shit, anything it takes to get people in the room, then you can have a room full of people, and then you can try and get those people to tip. Guys, I've given you a whole bunch of ideas on how to get tips from people. You can also watch the CAM website and watch how other people do it. But there's a million ways you can get tips. Once you get people in the room, there's a million things you can do. 200 tokens per shot of vodka. Just use a bottle of water. It's fine. Don't let her get drunk. She'll get lazy. They get drunk and they don't want to work anymore. You want to do 7 hours, you can't be drinking. Or, and then you have the countdowns. X amount till my top comes off. X amount to this. X amount to that. You can watch Chaturbate and you can understand and just copy what everyone else does. That's not a problem. The only problem is you need to get people in your room first. You can't get tips if you don't get people in the room. So building the room is super important. That's the only way you really have to promote it. When a girl starts to get big, you can get her a Twitter and Instagram, those kind of things. But I don't think too much money and too much business comes from those things. I mean, it can help a little bit. Sure, if you've got a model and she's online, she's starting to get fans. On Chaturbate, she'll get followers anyway. You'll be able to watch her followers. And then you can get her Twitter, you can get her Instagram. That's basically it. You don't need to promote the channel in any kind of paid way, paying for affiliate traffic, all that shit. None of that works. Don't do none of that. Focus on building the room and the basic social media stuff. Upsells. What kind of upsells work best in your experience? Yes, upsells. So upsells is something else that happens when a girl's already making money and already has fans. You don't want to do upsells early because no one's going to pay for them. Guys don't pay for panties of girls. They pay for panties of the girl they're in love with. So upsells is something that happens 6 months down the line, 7 months down the line. If you go to arenasworld.net, it's here on the bottom, that's how we do our upsells. So she has a whole bunch of fans, a whole bunch of guys on Twitter and Instagram, and her cam guys are all in love with her. We just send them there and they buy merchandise. I can help you set up a store like this. Everything's drop shipped. Even the panties are drop shipped. She's never worn them. And you can make a really good margin. We charge £100 for a pillow with her picture of her face on it. Dudes come all over it, whatever, and it costs us 10. So it's just like, it's free money. It's residual money. That's the main way you do upsells. Anything else you can sell in Chaturbate yourself. If a guy goes, I want your phone number, say, yeah, all right, 2,000 tokens or 3,000 tokens. You can have my phone number. And let him buy her phone number. Even though at the beginning it should be you. You have to get a separate phone, change the display picture on WhatsApp, and you deal with the guy back and forth. But yeah, you can do all the upsells inside of Chaturbate and just to make sure you get, but just make sure they're paying you the tokens for them. And also make sure you're not giving attention to any guy who isn't tipping. Don't be, if a guy buys your phone number and he's messaging you all the time and you're messaging him all the time and he's stopped tipping, then fuck him. They got a tip. Next, content. What kind of content works best? One script that you rattle off every time, you have to change it up a lot. Yeah, so do you want one script that works every time, or do you have to change it up a lot? Some girls barely undress, some girls start fully nude. So what's the best way to do it? It really is girl to girl dependent. There's something called chemistry, and it's like chemistry, that even I don't completely understand. Some girls just do better than other girls, even though they're uglier. Some girls, just certain things work for them, don't work for others. You have to really feel it out. Some girls go hardcore sex. Some girls sit and talk a lot. It just depends on the chick. You got to put her online and work it out for yourself. But in general, if you find a working formula, you can do it day after day. In general. You got to mix it up a little bit, but in general, a working formula will always work because there's always new dudes on there. There's so many fucking guys on there. You'll just run into new people. So if you have a girl and she has a great ass, and when she's wearing heels and she's dancing, shaking her ass, it goes good, it's probably going to go good all the time. But obviously you can mix it up, but there's nothing wrong with repeating the same thing over and over again. You haven't got to get too crazy with it. How do you protect yourself against piracy? I saw some channels with the DMCA watermarks. So if your girl gets really famous, then people are going to record the shows and then they're going to put them on these bullshit websites where people can watch old cam shows. No one watches those videos, bro. No one watches old cam shows. There's new cam shows. Why would you watch an old cam show that you can't interact with? It's stupid. You watch real porn. So some girls are obsessed with not having their image all over the internet. So they put DMCA watermarks all over it, and then you can contact the DMCA to remove the videos. You don't need the watermark. The DMCA will remove the videos anyway if you want. But when you start a new girl, just ignore all that shit. Don't scare her. Don't tell her there's going to be videos on the internet. Don't tell her about the DMCA. Just forget about it. She ain't going to even notice until maybe 6-7 months down the line, where she's been doing it so long and she's making so much money that she doesn't care anymore. And it only happens for famous girls. Low-level girls, it doesn't even happen. So don't worry about it. By the time you get to that stage, you're making enough money to not give a fuck, and she won't give a fuck. You can Google up My Girls Now. There's tons of videos on all over the net. No one cares. Regarding private contacts, if they offered Bitcoin, would that be acceptable, wouldn't it? Yeah, if a guy's offering to pay you Bitcoin to do something in private outside of the website, sure. I mean, you can do Skypes and all those kind of things. You can make people pay to have her Skype address and work a list. When I first started with My Girls, I would say something cheap, like 50 tokens for Skype ad. I had this private Skype. People would pay 50 tokens and then add them all to the Skype. And then every morning I'd message everyone on the Skype, hey, does anyone want a private Skype? And try and get PayPals. But the problem is PayPal will block you. But if they'll pay Bitcoin, then you can do that. So before she even goes on Chaturbate, you can hit up a Skype list of all her fans, ask for a Bitcoin payment, take a bunch of Bitcoin and get her on Skype. Some days, if you have 3 or 4 shows in a row, you can do 3 or 4 hours of work on Skype, get $600-700 before you even log on to Chaturbate. So that's certainly something you can do. There's unlimited possibilities with this business, guys. You need to just think outside the box. I'm always here to help you. I've got every idea in the world, but yeah, Bitcoin, definitely. PayPal, no. They charge, because if a guy pays you for PayPal for something, he just disputes the claim, gets the money back, and closes your PayPal account. And after the girls dildo her ass for free. It's bullshit. Don't do PayPal. But in general, if you want to build up a Skype list or a WhatsApp list and you want to work it, do it. But make the people pay to add you to Skype or WhatsApp. Make them pay. Otherwise, you're going to end up with so many time wasters. You don't want time wasters. You don't want time wasters. What do you mean by 24/7 promoting your brand, the company promo video? The contacts from the guys that you get, encouraging her to go back online because effectively she can only generate money when she's on the platform. No. She generates money when she's on the platform, yes. She makes fans when she's on the platform, yes. But then, if you have super fans that have her WhatsApp or have her Skype or follow her on Twitter or on her Instagram, you can interact with them 24 hours a day. Even if she doesn't want to work or she's asleep, you can send out a tweet, you can do the WhatsApp, you can do the Skype, you can generate money. So with my old Skype list for my girl, like I said, I used to go through there and say, I'm having my nails done today, or I'm having my hair done today. Anyone who sends me the money for my hair, I'll send exclusive pictures to. And then I'd say like it was $100 for the hair. 5 guys would send $100, so I get $500. She'd do her hair, and they'd all get the same picture, thinking it was exclusive. $500 before we started work. It's just little things like that. You got to be a hustle. It's a hustle. The girl is just the face of the brand. The girl is just the face of the hustle. It's you guys who have to use your brain how to get the money out of the dudes from there. But she goes online primarily to make fans. If a guy comes in her room and spends big money, you want his WhatsApp, or you want him on Skype. You want to be able to interact with that guy because he's got more money to spend. So there's a whole bunch of ways you can do it. 24 hours a day you can be making money. The reason I said 24 hours is because when I'm asleep, I had a member of staff who would do the same things. So 24 hours a day interacting with different guys under the guise of different girls, just extracting money from the internet. I'm familiar with screen sharing. Yep, if you're not a moron, you can do it on a Windows computer as well. Yeah, no, as long as you can screen share and your internet's fast enough, no problem with that. You haven't got to use a Mac. I just use a screen share on Mac because it's easier. Next set of questions is, how much revenue can you expect from an average girl camming 30 hours a week? It depends. It's really hard to say. It's like saying how much revenue can you expect from an online store? Well, it depends on the store, depends on what you're selling, depends on your customers. It's hard to say. If you had an average girl in a 6-hour shift should make, after the initial setup and she gets in her thing, an average girl in a 6-hour shift should make $400 to $500. If your internet's good, if your lighting's good, if she's trying hard, if the room is fun, if she's smiling, if you're doing the typing, if you're interacting with the guys, if you're doing everything you should do, 6 hours you should make $400 or $500, an average girl. My best girl in a 6-hour shift will make $1,500 to $2,000 every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So that's an average, but it's hard for me to say exactly. Depends on your chick. That's how much a good girl can make. What upload speed is necessary? Good question. And I've tried different internet speeds. It depends on whether you use Macs. It depends on whether you use Windows. It depends on lots of things. You just have to keep an eye on the feeds. When you have your girl online, open up a browser on another computer and check it from an independent browser and make sure it's not lagging or moving. If she's lagging even 1%, it's going to damage money 95% because there's too many girls on there with perfect high definition HD smooth cams. You've got to have good lighting and you've got to have good quality internet. You've got to have good broadcast. That's super, super important. So check that out yourself. But you don't need to be worried about running. So can you power up 8 cams at the same time? You don't need to be worried about 8 girls, bro. You don't need that. You need 1 or 2 girls. By the time you get to 3 or 4 girls, you're gonna be a rich man. So don't worry about 8 girls for now. You need 1 girl. Get 1 girl making money. 2 girls. Get 2 girls making money, bit at a time. Would lesbians be suitable? Sure. You can put 2 girls on camera. You can do girl-girl. But when you do girl-girl, putting 2 girls on camera, it doesn't instantly make money. You got the topic and the way you monetize the room has to be done specifically for 2 girls. So a girl on her own is a certain way. A girl with 2 girls is a certain way. You need to watch some lesbian shows and see how they do it. But it can be like X amount of tokens to lick, X amount of tokens to flash, X amount of tokens to kiss, whatever it is, to get them to interact with each other. So keep that in mind. You have to, it's not just about what's on the camera. You have assets on camera, but you need to put the correct monetization to the assets so you're not going to make the right amount of money. Go on Chaturbate.com, click on groups, look at 2 lesbian girls who are doing well, and learn from them. Most important, I think, with 2 girls is if you have drinks. If the guys like the idea of 2 drunk girls, you can say, look, X amount for a bottle of vodka, X amount for a shot of vodka, we want to get drunk and get naughty or whatever. And like guys pay to get them drunk, water, and then after a while, then you can whip out a bunch of toys, whatever. On average, how many girls do you have to fuck to find one who's good on cam and happy to do it? This is a good question. It's a very good question. It depends, man. Sometimes I fuck 3 girls in a row and they all want to work. Sometimes you fuck 10 and they don't. That's a very good question, but I don't know. You just need to stick with the PhD, bang as many as you can, and tear through them. But before you worry about that, you need to get 1 girl online, 1 girl making money, and grow it from there. That is the most key thing. Once you got 1 girl online, everything becomes easy. That's the hard part. When you have one girl making money and you know how to make the money, then getting new girls, everything, all that kind of thing is not that difficult. At what scale should you look to franchise? How do you determine if a girl is living in your house or not? What are the best monetization methods outside of camming? I've answered a lot of those questions. VR camming, it's not big yet. Don't worry about VR camming for now. I don't offer any benefits. Do you offer any benefits such as healthcare, etc.? No. Women are not financially motivated. I cannot stress this enough. Women are not financially motivated. Telling a girl she can get a better percent does not make her work more. It just makes you earn less. Telling a girl she's going to get health care does not make her work more. It just makes you earn less. Telling a girl she's going to... Don't promise money to these hoes. Money does not help. It just destroys your margin. They need to work because they are happy to make you happy. They need to work because they believe in a dream. They need to work because they enjoy the lifestyle of living in your house and not having to go to a real job. You need to promise them that you're going to take them to fucking Thailand or Bora Bora or wherever at the end of the year, and that you're going to buy a Lambo or you're going to buy her a car. Promise dreams, sell dreams. Do not sit there and try and do a business deal with a chick. Don't sit there and go, okay, I'm going to give you more percent and I'm going to give you health care if you work hard, because they're not going to work hard. If you start talking about money with them, then they just start thinking, well, how can he afford to give me more money? How much is he keeping? And then they want the money. I take all the money from all my girls. I take it all. I pay fractions to them because I give them enough to do their nails and hair so they stay pretty so they can make me more money. It's all about me. You have to do not approach this thinking you can do business deals with people. Women do not work logically. It has to be, he's my man, we're doing this as a team, we're going to work together, he's helping me, and now I get to stay in his house, I don't have to go to a normal job anymore, and at the end of the year we're going to go to Thailand, and we're going to live together happily ever after. This is amazing. That's how you motivate. Not with healthcare, not with cash, not with any of that shit. It's the biggest mistake you can make because you're going to spunk a whole bunch of money. Don't do that. Also, it just encourages girls to run away and do it themselves because they're going to sit there and go, well, he's paying me this much, this much, this much. They start thinking about money and they're going to run off and do it on their own. You don't want that. Trust me. Next question. Try to see, how can you use the Bitcoin for purchasing a car? Just cash the Bitcoin into dollars, brother. Just go on Coinbase, cash the Bitcoin into dollars, and pay yourself out. You can Google up how to do that. You can use the Bitcoin and just convert it into dollars. So those are the key points. A lot of you guys have huge ambition, which I like, but you need to start small. You're going to learn a lot of stuff the hard way, and you can learn all of that with one chick. Get one girl online. If you have one superstar girl, you could make $30,000, $40,000 a month off one girl. It's going to take 1.5 years, 2 years to build her up. But that's already a bunch of money with one girl. So don't worry about a bunch of girls. Get one girl, get her online, get her regular, get her happy to do the job, get her a fan base, get her a Twitter, an Instagram, her own website. Make sure you're dealing with her guys when she's not online. Make sure she's generating money for Skypes and all those kind of things when she's not online. Do all of that before you worry about anything else. All of you guys can be rich with a very successful business with one chick. The money in this business is not about having a bunch of girls. It's about having a good girl, a special forces, a girl who's been trained up. That's what you need as opposed to a bunch of women. Trust me, that's how you do it. When you have one girl online, I'll tell you how to deal with multiple girls. But one girl is the most important thing. Any more questions, drop me an email.